Welcome to the Everything Podcast. In this episode, I'm going to be previewing the First Doctor Unbound and Knights of the Round TARDIS, which is the beginning of Big Finish's First Doctor Unbound series. Now, I'm previewing it because of how long the episodes from Big Finish are, like an hour. Well, in this case, actually, I think it's an hour and a half, no, 2 hours. The story is that it just kind of means that it takes forever for me to write and record and for that to animate. So instead, I'm going for kind of shorter, more snappy episodes, which means that hopefully Chuck doesn't have to step in, is the plan behind it. Yeah. So, and we'll have the trailer as well. So, what do we know about the First Doctor Unbound Knights Around TARDIS? So, as I just said, it's the beginning of the First Doctor Unbound series, and it stars David Bradley as the First Doctor, or the Unbound First Doctor, I suppose now. Claudia Grant as Susan, Jamie Glover as Ian, and Gemma Powell as Barbara. Now, a funny story about Jamie Glover, actually. Now, if you UK viewers, listeners, depend upon if you're watching it on YouTube or if you're listening on Spreaker, will depend upon if Waterloo Road, and I'd seen him in that, and I don't know what made me think, and I went, oh, they look similar, and they were actually the same person. But yeah, what else do we know? I should also mention that the First Doctor Unbound Knights of the Round TARDIS will be released in September 2025. I think it's about a week, because on the latest Big Finish podcast episode, which by the time as soon this would be a few days ago, they said they're going to talk about it on the next episode, which means it'll be the week after. So that first week of September is what I'm trying to say. And that'll be with another Big Finish preview that should be releasing around the time of this episode as well. Without further ado, here is the trailer for the First Doctor Unbound Knights of the Round TARDIS.
What are you up to, Doctor?
The coordinates are set to the time and place from whence you left. This is the end of the story. Your adventures are over, my boy. I'm taking you home.
From Big Finish Productions, The First Doctor Unbound, Knights of the Round TARDIS.
It's Earth! You've done it, Grandfather!
Well, of course. It was a simple matter once I set my mind to it.
Idyllic. A rural market town. Northern Europe, I'd say. Probably England.
This looks like the 13th century.
Now we know where everyone went. Who is this fellow?
Franciscan friar, judging by his habits.
1,500 years ago, Aristarchus of Samos was the first to realize that the Earth travels around the sun, spinning gracefully on its axis. Mainly because I told him.
Their capabilities and experience can hardly be compared with someone like myself. However, I shall approach them with my customary humility.
That goes without saying.
Come along. These ridiculous hats have gone to your head. Roger Bacon.
Doctor.
You say that with a degree of cynicism in your voice.
And so do you.
Then you've heard of Grandfather before?
Oh, I've heard of him.
De Montfort. Simon de Montfort.
If the king would only accept the new balance of power, there would be no need of further action. The only option is to fight, my son. If it comes to another battle, I must be sure I have your magic powers on my side, good friar.
It is imperative that the Battle of Evesham take place and the king's force be victorious. History must not be changed.
Big Finish. For the love of stories.
That was the trailer for the First Doctor Unbound Knights of the Round TARDIS, and that's it for this episode of the Everything Podcast. But before I go, let me know what you thought of the trailer for the First Doctor Unbound Knights of the Round TARDIS, as well as if you're going to be listening to it, you can put both of those in the comments below, as well as anything else from the channel, such as any previews or recaps. Put those in the comments below as well. Remember, you can also like, comment, and subscribe. And just a few things before I go, as you are more than aware at this point, there are now 2 episodes of the podcast released every single day, with the first episode released at 11 a.m. GMT and the second episode released at 3 p.m. GMT. And as I have mentioned in previous episodes, we now have multiple formats that the podcast can now be enjoyed in. So obviously, as per usual, there's the video version on YouTube, which has obviously been going for 3.5 years. So please continue watching that, especially even if it's just to see what Matt adds to every single episode. Because even though I only said in the audio and the trailers and things, he adds different things and does things that even I don't even understand and can attempt at any point. But if you don't want a video version, you want an audio only version of the podcast, that is now available, and you can access it by going to the podcast X page, which is Xing with the Everything podcast. If you click on posts, look for any of the Spreaker bits, and if you click on a link, you should be able to find it quite easily. But without further ado, I will see you in a future episode of the podcast. See you then. Goodbye.